Cristiano Ronaldo's success is often attributed to hard work and commitment. When people start comparing Cristiano to Messi, the discussion always ends up in the same place. People say that Messi's talent is natural and Cristiano's skills were built. It's not fair to say that Cristiano Ronaldo is only hard work and commitment. He had a great talent, his persistence and passion are huge, and he also knew how to deal with challenges during his life. Those are just a few of his characteristics. When people try to describe him, even myself, we always include mental skills as being crucial for his success. Well, maybe that's the reason why I admire him so much. Among all of these characteristics, one that is not so commented is his focus. It is incredible to see how in some games he seems to be dead, and at the end of the game he scores the winning goal. People often criticize him for that, but I believe that that's a strong quality. He keeps his mind in the game even without so many opportunities to participate. There are plenty of examples I could give you to illustrate this characteristic he has. And I want you to realize the statistics and the highlights of 2 games where I consider that his focus was fully on the game. These games are his performance for Juventus against Atletico de Madrid in this Champions League, and also his World Cup performance against Spain when he scored a hat-trick. In this game against Atletico de Madrid, Cristiano led Juventus with 5 shots, and of those, 3 became goals. His last goal, the one that gave Juve the spot in the next round, was at minute 85 in a penalty kick. He took it in the most confident and focused way, the way he always does it. The pressure was all in his shoulders, but his focus was all in the game. Another game he proved his focus was Portugal against Spain. In this game, Portugal had only 3 kicks on goal, all taken by Cristiano. All of them were goals, 100% of precision. The first goal was a penalty, which he dribbled and Nacho fouled him. He took it and scored. Then, no other opportunities for him in the first half. He kept focused until minute 44. Another opportunity, another goal, 100% focused. Then, in the second half, Spain scored twice. He had no opportunities. The game was 3-2 to Spain at minute 88. Cristiano Ronaldo had his third opportunity, a free kick. He was more than 40 minutes without having any opportunity to take a shot. However, he was still focused. One more opportunity, the last for Portugal in the game. He scored. Absolute focus. Now, you may be wondering why I am showing you all of this. I'm not trying to convince you that Cristiano is better than Messi. Well, maybe a little bit, but the most important point with all of this is to learn and understand how Cristiano Ronaldo is so focused not only in the game, but also in his life. Imagine how better you would be if you had his focus. If not his focus, but how better you would be if you were more focused during the game and in your life. That's what I'm trying to explain to you today, and I'm sure that will help you at some degree in your career and in your personal development. What if you could focus more during the game? What if you could see the strategy behind the game? What if you could see things happening before they actually happen? That's Cristiano mentality. Always ahead of the competition. Now, let me explain to you how he's so focused, how you can do the same and enter the zone of flow. First of all, Cristiano is only focused to this degree because he highly believes he can make a difference in the game. These are 2 things you should reinforce to yourself all the time. You can make a difference in the game. Of course, that is much easier for Cristiano Ronaldo to believe he will make a difference in the game than it is for you. But the reason why it's easier for him today is because he believes in his potential, in his skills, in his strategy since he was younger. And that contributed for him to become a better player and to achieve the level he's playing today. If you don't believe you are going to make a difference in the game, or if you think that you are not getting an opportunity in the game, just like Cristiano only got 3 against Spain, if you don't believe you are having an opportunity, you are not going to be focused when you have it. And if you do, not being prepared, you're gonna miss it. If you are focused and you believe you are getting an opportunity, your mind will be waiting for it and you'll be ready when it comes. And what's the worst thing that can happen if you are prepared and you don't get an opportunity? Nothing. Even if you don't get the opportunity, you are working on your focus. Now, let's break into the steps you need to follow in order to achieve the zone of flow. The first step for it is setting an overall goal and as much sub-goals as you can. By setting an overall goal, your big goal, you are getting a direction to follow in life. By setting as much sub-goals as you can, you are going to create a strategy for getting to your bigger goal. It's also important to measure, analyze, and review both your sub-goals and your ultimate goals constantly, so you make sure you are doing the right thing. The second step you need to take is to measure your progress. When you start to work on your goals, you need to make sure that you are going in the right direction. When you feel like you are going the right direction and when you can measure this progress, you are going to get much confidence when you see your progress. And on the other side, if you measure your progress and you realize you are not making any progress, you can find out what's going on wrongly and fix it. You can use anything you want to measure your goals. The most important thing is to rely on real things, on measurable things. Do not rely on your personal feedback or on a grade you give yourself. If you want to improve your sprint, measure the time you take in that sprint. If you want to measure strength, measure the way you can lift. Always rely on measurable things. I personally measure my progress on different areas of my life. And when I was playing soccer, one of the drills from the blueprint that helped me the most in my progress was the one that helped me to track my progress. I attributed a certain number of points for each thing I did, and I counted the points for each day. Each of these actions have a specific number of points. At the end of each week, I sum up all the points I did, and I can track my progress from week to week. You don't have to use all these actions, all this number of points. You can create your own, or you can follow the ones I put in here. The most important thing is to use things that you think are going to help you to achieve your goal. If you think you are struggling the most with taking the right time to sleep or having that extra private practice, give more points to these actions so you make more progress on the things you need the most. The third step is keep concentrating on what you're doing. Concentration leads to involvement, which requires constant input of attention. If you want to be focused and involved in your task, you need to create a constant source of attention for yourself. The best way to create that is to use a mantra. A mantra is basically a quote that you tell yourself all the time that reminds you about a specific thing. I have explained how to create and how to use a mantra in a past video, and if you want to know more about it, I will leave the link in the description of this video. The fourth step for entering the zone of flow is to develop the necessary skills to meet your challenge. Cristiano Ronaldo, improved his skills and his characteristics along his career. He improved his shooting to score more goals. He improved his positioning as he lost part of his explosion. Everything he did was focused on his ultimate goal, that was to play in a high level. You need to start developing the skills you need to achieve your goals, to get the opportunities you want. If you don't have the skills you need to achieve your goals, you cannot enter the zone of flow. The zone of flow is described as a moment in which you are fully connected to your action. If you don't have the skills you need to live in the challenge you want, you cannot enter the zone of flow. The fifth step for achieving the zone of flow is raising challenge when it becomes boring. As humans, we try to avoid changes in our life all the time. But once you achieve a goal, you need to move toward the next challenge. If you stay in the same level, you are not going to make progress in your life. And no progress means no flow. In summary, the 5 steps for achieving the zone of flow are: set an overall goal and as much sub-goals as you can. Measure your progress. Keep concentrating on what you are doing. Develop necessary skills to get available opportunities. And raise challenge if it becomes boring. I hope you liked this video, and I hope that now you understand one of the reasons that makes Cristiano better than Messi. And if you like this video, don't forget to share with your friends, like the video and subscribe to the channel below. I see you next video.